falsehoods, sower of the wind, blackness of darkness forever. Blackness of darkness forever. Son of perdition, child of falsehoods, sower of the wind, reap the whirlwind. I am the devourer.
First rule of politics, you must look your best. Nobody wants a leader who looks beat up and run down. You see, I'm 70, but who could tell? Little bit of just for men magic, and I forever 55. You see, you gotta appear youthful, fit, confident at all times. Even when the chips are down, you gotta face them with a smile. And always wear your best suit. See, when you sweat, that shows weakness. You have to appear as if you are living better than the average man. Otherwise, why should he waste his time voting for you? How could you help him if you more popped down than he is? You can't. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, as Prime Minister of this great Mr. Speaker, as Prime Minister of this great Bahamas, Mr. Speaker, as Prime Minister of this great archipelagic island nation, Mr. Speaker, as Prime Minister of this great archipelagic island nation, I wish to announce that my government is one step closer in achieving its election pledge to dramatically and emphatically increase the level of transparency in this country. Now, I want you to understand one thing, Mr. Speaker, that when God damn it. Hello.
Fergie. Hey, Fergie, what you want, man? What's up, old geezer? What on your makeup?
You tired being ugly?
Hey, listen. You wasn't on the favor this morning, eh? Don't be the usual. Be brief.
You mean you want the rich friends buy me?
Over, brother. Chasing tuna this morning.
Yeah, tuna. Hey, you want to put him outside, old boy?
No, they ain't like it.
I ain't shit. Why you ain't never send me no fish? You don't think I eat fishing? Why you was one selfish friend, eh?
My brother, I tell you, if you want fish, you gotta come fish. I don't tell you that.
No. Now you know I can't get this soup back. That ain't my style.
I hear from our favorite uncle. You got me trying to pick my mouth.
Yeah, you know, I'm striking a consultative committee.
Well, look here. You like consultants. I believe you just consult the toilet bowl before you piss.
Listen, you can't rush these things, HJ. You gotta take your time. See, you failed to consult, as usual, and I was forced to do something. You got to practice some humility, man.
Right after you, my brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, the rooster crows just before the dawn.
Yeah, and the lights roll on. I know. Listen, why don't you go and drown yourself?
Why you don't do us all a favor, my brother? Shoot yourself.
Yeah. Now, you know I ain't got no gun, but I'll get right on that. Yeah, buddy. Second rule of politics. Keep your circle small. You know, for the people who know what you really think. Yeah, if you got any sense, you know, that's a tight circle. See, one like me, I got a second circle in the first one. See, that first circle is reserved for fellas I trust. Mostly. And the wife. But that second circle, only one nigga in that circle. And he's the only man alive who knows what it is to walk in my shoes. Yeah. Everybody else, they got a knife behind their back ready to jump me. See, he's my best friend. He's my only friend. And it just so happens that we rivals. So we had our ups and downs. But you know, he's a rival, not an enemy. There's a difference. Them fellas in my cabinet. There's my enemy.
Yes? Do you want to go over these now, sir?
Yeah.
What have I told you about staring, sir?
You said I mustn't stare, because I might do it in front of people.
Yes, sir.
Listen, if you just give me what I've been begging for the last 10 years now, then I ain't got to stare no more.
You have 12 constituents waiting to see you, 3 ministers, the DPM, Energy and Finance, a pastor, an author who wants to present you with a copy of her book.
Okay, what's her name?
Carla Chisholm.
Oh, she married?
Your speech for the opening of the power plant.
Not today?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh.
The press conference for the new IDB loan is in 6 hours. These are your remarks.
Don't need them.
Sir, you pay people to write these speeches. You should read them. When you don't, you ramble, people complain.
Listen, who was the first person come to see me in here? Anyone. Pick anyone, let's bring them in here.
Very well.
There's the papers for this morning anyway. You know I gotta read the headlines.
Right, here, sir.
Oh,
Miss Claridge is first.
Clara?
Yes?
Baba?
Yes?
Okay. Leader of the opposition accuses the PM of, wait. Now what she want?
Oh, she'll explain.
No, man, you explain it.
It's the son. He's messing up again. He's been paid, but he hasn't done the work.
I'm trying to figure out how the hell he just mess up cutting grass. Senator.
Oh, and the DPM says it's urgent, says he only needs 10 minutes.
DPM. All right, then when he come in, give us about 5 minutes, and let's go to Washington, D.C. on it.
Very well.
Yeah.
Prime Minister, good morning, sir.
Now, speaking about Junior, well, you know how much calls I had to make so that he could get that contract? What happened?
Junior said the people lying on him, sir. Let me explain.
The third rule of politics: make time for the small people. Now, they can say some really dumb things here, but you can't let that show. You gotta see things their way. You gotta look these people in the face and listen to their stories. Sometimes listening is the only thing you can do from it. Now, they can run on with a whole heap of that mess. They son get locked up for weed, but it wasn't his. So and so can't read, can't write, but they want a job on the force. They current off because the number man lied to them. They get locked up for thieving, but it wasn't no truth. The boss just hate everything about them. But you can't let them move here. You got to listen to them and convince them that you see things their way. But more than that, you have to tell these people and convince them that you will do your best to fix it. And then you follow through. See, that's the difference between lifetime winners like myself and hired and fired politicians. See, lifers, we just follow through with everything. You know, we do the small things. Make time for the small people. That's what protects you in this business, you know. Besides, sometimes only the small things you could actually accomplish in this business anyhow. Now, Marva, listen, oh Lord, I know you're having such a hard time with that son of yours. And your mother was a wonderful human being. Oh, she was blessed. She was blessed. Now, I know you're going through some problems with him. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a few calls, and I can make sure Junior get the contract again to cut the grass. But make sure he show up to school on time, you understand?
Thank you, sir.
All right. All right, okay. Yeah. Now, I can see you next week, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, make sure them get up sweet, eh?
Yes, sir. Very sweet.
Yeah, sweet like you, eh?
No, sir.
No, yeah. PM. DPM, what's on your mind?
Well, PM, I can cut straight to the chase.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. You know how I go. I can cut straight to the chase. Yeah.
You know, you can start cutting anytime now. You got 45 minutes to be in the house.
Well, PM, it's been 4 years since the last convention.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yes, and according to the constitution of the body, it dictates
Constitution.
Yes.
Of the DPM, are you aware that the constitution of the country makes no provisions for the office of the Deputy Prime Minister?
Yes, I know that.
And I have made you the Deputy Prime Minister and paid you a salary that far exceeds the others in the cabinet,
Yeah.
and given you the Ministry of Tourism, which is, of course, one of the most important ministries, if not the most important.
And I appreciate the confidence that you have in me, sir.
You do?
Yes, and we have every confidence in you. Confidence that you will keep your promises. You see, you said you would do half a term, then step down. Well, half a term was 12 months ago.
Now, you just said that you had every confidence in me.
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
No, you can't have no confidence in me, son. You expect me to step down now whilst the country is in the middle of an economic crisis? You actually want me, whilst I am the prime of my life.
No, I wouldn't call 70 prime, sir. Wouldn't do that. Neither would the good people who back this party. That's what I hear. I hear they want a younger man.
Yeah. Well, I don't listen to the noise in the market. I watch the price of the fish. And I am in the prime of my life and at the height of my abilities. Now, putting all that aside, I am not one to abandon his solemn duty to serve country. I cannot just walk away whilst the country is going through all this high crime. The unemployment is sky high. I have to open up 1 or 2 more schools, put some murderers behind bars for good. I'm sure if you was in my shoes that you would want the same courtesy extended.
The PM, right? It's not like I don't understand and appreciate where you're coming from.
Right.
I'm just telling you what they told me.
Oh, they tell you.
If you don't have this convention, how many generous benefactors will tie up their purse strings? If you don't have this convention, you ain't enough money to run a whole that condition. Much less an election campaign. But, like I said, we have every confidence in you. We know you to be a true patriot.
So you weren't there when the High Council said that I mustn't go nowhere? That this party needs me?
Money. Money wins elections. Money buys votes, PM.
Money buys votes?
Yes.
Listen, young man. See, I have the votes that you can't get. Because I didn't pay for them whilst you were still shooting marbles in school. Yes. See, you can't buy these votes because this party, paid for them a long time with free electricity, running water, lights, roads, schools, and jobs. You know it. The benefactors knows it. And the High Council knows it. You see, you can't buy these votes. They have to be handed over to you. And I will hand them over. If you're patient. I could easily put those 75,000 votes in your hand. Easy.
Yeah?
Yeah. If you're patient, see, the people ain't gonna just vote for you. They gonna vote for you because they love me. But if you can't make if you don't fight me, go right ahead, if you don't bad look here and back fight me, or you better be prepared to break the fight.
So your answer is no. And Leo.
I did not say no convention. I said not at this time. Listen, the country just gone through a major national disaster. Hurricane Joe can walk through the sunshine. And they walk through the sunshine. You don't expect our delegates to incur such high costs to come to convention at this time. Come on, my God. But if you have it, like I said,
You wouldn't have won the last election, PM, if it wasn't for young politicians like me on your ticket. We gave you old bags credibility.
And you can't win the next election without old bags like me. But if you feel so strong about what you need to do, then by all means, do it.
This is complete bullshit, Fergie. You promised.
I might have promised.
Mr. Prime Minister, Washington, D.C. is on the line for you.
Oh, Lord. I'm DPM. Listen, I gotta take this. This is Washington, D.C. You know how it is. I got Yes. Hey, Donald, what's up, man? Fourth rule of politics. See, there's 3 kind of niggas in this business. The fellas who in charge, them said who think they should be in charge, and them niggas who just looking for a job. Now, I said, them fellas who just want a job, they're the easiest to deal with. Yeah, easy, they like the average pocket. Yeah, throw them a little bit of food, give them some water and some shade, and make them chairman of one board. They'll take the bullet for you. Yes. But that second said them said who believe they should be in charge. And you gotta watch your ass stay at night. Then you get people like that. I know that. Yeah. You know how long it take me to get to all this flipping sound, yes. I was fighting for 25 years. Yeah, man. So whoever wants to take this from me, they know they got to do it over my down there body. Oh, I didn't know if you all a rule, hey. Oh, I need a little rule. Oh, here it is. Once in charge, stay in charge. Well, maybe I do I need to get something. Come on. Mr. Speaker, I see the leader of the opposition is putting his foot in his mouth on this morning as usual. You see, Mr. Speaker, if he has any aspirations of becoming Prime Minister, and if he really wants to fulfill that daydream, he needs to stop slipping up and making mistakes like this.
He's slipping up.
Yeah.
He's slipping up.
You see, Mr. Speaker, the leader of the opposition is suffering from memory loss. Yeah. Now, what I had done is my secretary, I asked her to go for me down to the Chinese grocer to pick up some ginkgo.
Oh, I got that.
Yes, because the Lord knows he can use it.
I got that there. I got him on that. I got him.
You see, Mr. Speaker, now the people told me that I am getting old.
Oh, well.
But I want to admit to this.
You and your prime. You and your prime. That's right.
I want to admit at this time that I may be getting old, but the leader of the opposition is getting senile. You see, Mr. Speaker, the leader of the opposition, he has the gall to accuse my government of trying to deceive the people of their frustrating the aspirations of the people of Ireland.
Oh my God.
Amazing. You see, Mr. Speaker, he was sitting in this very house where his then leader at the time, Hannibal Jones, stood up in this house and said that they were selling island water to a firm without entering a bidding process. That's wrong. Yes, he sold it and he said on the floor of this honorable house that islanders cannot enter the bidding process.
I remember.
Yes. Mr. Speaker, he sold island water to a foreign company that was losing money hand over fist in this region. Now, when he sold our natural resources, I want you to understand something and I want you to make it clear. I need to make it clear for you. He sold it for something to foreigners. He said, islanders need not apply. Yes, Mr. Speaker, Jones fired scores of island workers employees at that place. I call it victimization.
That's what it is.
I want you to understand, Mr. Speaker, that he had to rehire those same people because the company that he sold our natural resources to failed to understand and advocate that they had not have the technical expertise to fulfill the duties of that company.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Mr. Speaker, I want you to understand that I am tired of doing fools. I'm tired of talking. Mr. Speaker, as Prime Minister of this great archipelagic island nation, I want you to know that my government is one step further in achieving its election pledge to dramatically and emphatically increase the level of transparency in this country. You see, Mr. Speaker, I am a man that keeps his promises.
All the time. All the time.
And we will, in fact, in this term, pass the Transparency Act. Just as promised. You see, Mr. Speaker, my government and myself, we will form a blue ribbon panel whose duty it will be to consult with the stakeholders across the length and breadth of this island nation. And in order to consult, we must consult. Mr. Speaker, I want this bill to be considered the gold standard in this region. Yes, the gold standard. So that if, God forbid, members opposite become the government, some fantasy. I want the island people to know that their aspirations and dreams are protected by this bill. Thank you. Winston. Lumumba?
Quite a show you put on today, Winston.
Why, I had fun today.
Fun?
Yeah.
You are always having fun. But day by day, the situation in the country worsens.
I got some positive things on the horizon, you know.
More of the same, Winston. More foreign debt. More foreign ownership. More corruption. More waste, Winston.
Let's talk about this tomorrow.
It cannot wait. I do not know how many more opportunities I will get.
You see her?
You cannot avoid fate, Winston. You have lived to a long age. You have held grants in your lap.
It's easy to live to a long age when you're out.
And it is easy to end up in an unmarked grave when you are a hero.
Want a drink?
Privatized water. You know, Hannibal should have never sold island water. It has belonged to the people from the start.
You mean mismanaged by the people?
You should nationalize it immediately.
The government owns it. It's run down, bloated style, theft, bribery, no innovation. Look, I would only take the flock, you know, but if I was in power, I would do the exact same.
And I suppose we were wrong for believing that African resources should belong to Africans first and foremost. And I guess we were wrong for trying to run the elections up in the Congo. And I assume we were wrong for opposing oppression, brutality, cruelty, servility.
You weren't wrong, you just weren't smart.
Don't insult me, Winston. I gave my life for my country, which is more than I can ever say about you. I was in prison. I was tortured. I was shoved up against a tree and I was shot. I was dismembered.
Staying alive is winning. Eating, that's winning. Why should I buy a cow when I could just enjoy all the milk?
Perhaps you sell out to the colonizer You sell out to the foreign companies. And for what? For what, Winston? To eat that? You will forever be their slaves.
The Americans, the Brits, and the Belgians, they all work with you.
More than that, Winston. They coordinated. The only thing they didn't do was pull the trigger.
I did not see any of your people on the road shouting your name when you were abducted. Nobody burned down the village of Kinshasa. None of your people locked arms and walked in the road and marched against Mobutu's army. All the UN soldiers, when you were placed under house arrest.
There was chaos, Winston. You know that. Fear, division.
I love you. I've admired you for a long time. That speech that you gave, that independent speech, that still gives me goosebumps, Patrice. But I'm not prepared to die for these people. They are as insincere and as cowardly as I am.
You and your friends, Winston. You and your friends have weakened them with bribes, with patronage. You have dulled them with mindless tasks. They, Winston, have forgotten the taste of freedom, the taste of self-reliance.
The revolutionary and he died and they burned. The pragmatist was born.
No regrets?
No regrets.
To Africa.
To Africa.
Ferguson, you gotta embarrass my man every chance you get.
Now, you know I ain't embarrassing him every chance I get, but could you imagine if I was?
Listen, man, I heard from 2 different ice cream men yesterday.
Oh yeah? Vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate. And they're nervous.
You don't think they speak on my phone? They be complaining just as much as they do to you.
The schoolboy.
You know, very idealistic, you know, ambitious. But I
What are you gonna do? That's what I want. What are you gonna do?
they say I like him. I mean, the boy bright. He got a good future, but he has so long he can't understand. I've been trying to let him down easy now for the last 15 months, but the boy just can't learn. Okay, look, I take it to committee. Now, you know, committee ain't never working on that.
Of course.
And then I pay some consultants to tell him that now wasn't the time for it. You know, I let him sit down with the Minister of Finance, so all he could hear was doom and gloom. You think he listened to any of that? Some man a damn fool going on the radio saying how he don't know why this country don't have a brand new fleet of electric buses. Any of these young people nowadays, I don't understand what's going on with them.
I just think the young man would behave a little different. He got some dirt on his pants.
Dirt on his pants?
Yeah.
Boy, I trying to rip a hole in his backside. I'm going to let out the whole pants seat. Backside.
Well, listen, schoolboys who play the rough in the schoolyard often go home with tail open pants.
Yeah.
Huh? I know how I like it. Too much time to fight you on lunchtime.
Hey, you catch any tuna today?
Oh, no, brother. I spared crawfish this morning.
Yes, that's it. But listen, I do know how to do this job here. You ain't got to be calling me all the time. You retire, remember?
Retire? Yeah, but my damn phone is ringing just as much now as before.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
why don't let one of them rich sharks follow you? Take you to misery.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor. Fall down that long flight of stairs you got there. Right away, my brother, right away. Yes, sir.
Like I was telling you before, Prime Minister, this right here is an amazing project with tons of potential. I mean, it could be a real game changer. We are talking about a paradigm shift. It's clean energy. It's sustainable. Imagine the savings to citizens, to average families, not to mention businesses. New jobs. Man, PM, the upside is amazing. PM, you listening?
Yeah, man. A paradigm shift. Listen. How you can consider the following?
Follow, what you mean by that?
Price tag.
See, I realize it has a high price tag. But you know, all the time.
Not the price tag. I mean, the cost to us, to our supporters,
This move will significantly improve the lot of the working class, sir. As I've been saying, more people will rely on going to the public buses, and less people will rely on owning their own vehicle. Less pollution, less dependency upon imported fuel, less traffic.
I hear you. But you ain't listening to me. I'm talking about the cost to us as a party, to the people who support us, to the people who've been keeping this party afloat for the last 30 years. The people who own the same decent buses, the industry, I'm saying decent buses industry, the people who own that same industry, what you trying to dismantle?
Dismantle? Sir, I probably think that's what I'm trying to do. We're revolutionizing it. And besides, these buses we currently use don't even have proper handicap seating. They are small, uncomfortable, and pollute.
Listen, so what the hundreds of people who don't invest in their own buses can do? Huh? That's the way they make their livelihood. What they supposed to do? Just park their bus on the side of the road?
Well, as I said before, in the proposal, we will line them all out. Did you read the proposal, sir?
Yeah, I read it. I read the proposal. So, there's a letter of intent in here.
Yes, sir.
So, we don't have to get rid of our boys. They can just bring in the buses for us then.
Oh, no. We take out the middleman altogether. And trust me, we will save taxpayers millions.
Well, son, if you feel so strongly about this, then you must do the right thing. The people voted for you to do what's right. So, I ain't standing late.
Really?
Yeah, man, absolutely. Yeah, so go ahead. I got a meeting to go to, man.
So, sign it?
Yes. Sign here, 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 here. Sign every page.
Paradigm shift my ass. Rule 5 of politics. See, politics ain't about changing things, It's really about keeping things going. See, a man has two choices. Whether he will do what's good for the country or do what's good for the party. And the two of them ain't never the same. You see that kid there? Smart, He believed that he can make a difference, that he can help people. But in politics, the main person that you can't help is yourself. And you'll be a damn fool not to do so. Because when these people get rid of you, they can leave you with nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm telling you, you know that long time. Yeah, your enemies can kill you. They can screw your wife and eat your children. That's it. Then they see you, you know what they can do? Just what you do. Laugh at people and say you're a damn fool. You should do something for yourself. People hate change. Hate it. Them same people who's be calling all day on the radio, you know, bitching and mooning all day, no change. Listen to them carefully. They want other people to change, not them. It's two types of people in the business here. You see, we got rich folk and we got poor folk. Some of them rich folk get their money the right way. Hard work. And others, they get doing the dirt. But that don't matter. Because they all rich and they shit don't stink. Now, you want the poor people to vote for you, and you need the rich people to pay for everything. Now, let me tell you how that goes. You see, you want the poor people to vote. So what you tell them? You tell them that you will make the impossible possible. Yeah. And then the rich people, they can pay for everything else. All them glossy brochures you see going around, them campaign t-shirts, them TV ads, them expensive plane rides for these to get on, them expensive dinner party, the free rum and DJ at the rally, they pay for all. Then when they get the investment, they can let you know the deal. You know, simply $100 grand and the contract clear. They can buy a gift. See, poor people, they want a hand out. Rich people just give you a hand up. And if you're smart, you can make sure to keep them rich people happy. You got mortgage, I gotta pay them. You got children who in college, they want good things. You got a wife, she want a nice car and lots of places. You got a couple of sweethearts, you gotta keep softening up this. You ain't got nothing there. What they Islam going in front of your face and pick somebody out. And all of that takes money. Yes, it all takes money. So, I'll tell you what you do. You keep the rich people and the poor people happy if you're good like me. But if you can't do that, then you're settled for keeping the rich people happy and the poor people distracted. Yeah, no, you don't do no fool and mess around with the rich people. Why, they can support your enemies. And then they can get rid of you. So no. You help the rich get richer. Then eventually, hopefully, they'll hire some more people. Definitely they can help you get rich too. Because all of us won't be rich. Yeah. So no. You have no friggin' paradigm shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for being here as we are opening this much needed power plant. You know, this morning as I pondered this power plant that we need, I noticed that this is proof positive that my government is vigilant, diligent, vigorous, and scrupulous when it comes to keeping its election bench to help the people of this great country. Now, they gave me this speech that I gotta read for you. I like it. It's funny. Got big words. Vicissitude. I read this. DJ, play that song.
sweet. You make me scream. You make me walk. You make me feel. Deathly hard. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Listen. Rule 6 of politics. Find yourself a gimmick. Now, like I tell you gotta keep the poor people distracted. So why the hell do you think I sing and dance everywhere I go? I just do that so I don't have to explain absolutely nothing. I don't have to explain why unemployment is so high, and why gas can't go down, why criminals can't stay behind bars, why teachers, doctors, and nurses, they can never get no raise. I don't have to explain why land's so high, or why the banks are so stingy. I sing and I dance. See, this country, when you run in a country like this, see, the people can feel like they better than you sometimes. Yeah, so when they open the bar and they bring it to the boys, they say, you see, Fergie, that boy, he's one of us over there. I don't mind that, because I laugh at them. Yeah, they gotta feel as if they're better than you. You can't be stuck up. The people, y'all know they hate stuck up people. So they gotta be able to relate to you. So can you smoke a spliff with the boys on the block? Yeah? Can you go and sit in Mama Store and eat a bowl of pig feet's house? Can you go drink some rum and coke with the old men there at the corner bar? Man, these people, they got to be able to feel you. See all these big boogie women in this country? They get lots and lots of votes with that same song and dance what they got there. Yeah, lots and lots of votes, and I get lots and lots of sugar too, if you know what I mean. Or drink every time you wiggle. Darling, you put me in trouble. You thought of me. Now that you mine, I want to see your heart behind. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Sugar boom, sugar boom. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. That's you.
Ali's got a left, Ali's got a right. And when he knocks you down, you'll sleep for the night. And when you're on the floor and the ref count to 10, hope and pray you'll never meet me again.
Hey, Joe, listen. Boy, I had fun today. I put it on one little shorty boy.
I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
You know, man, right here to cause them problems. I had to set him up.
If you even dream of beating me, you better wake up and apologize.
Yeah, they put it on that tricky DPM too. Right around here trying to take my job. August for leadership. They got to make their time jump.
I done wrestled an alligator. I've been tussled with a whale. Handcuffed lightning, throw thunder into jail. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
I'm just like you, John. I'm champion of the world. I'm the world's greatest, John. And I'm never giving up this bet.
I'm so fast that last night I turned off the light switch in my hotel room. I was in bed before it was dark.
Up like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. I'm a bad man. Wow.
Sorry? Helen, no, I understand the question that you're asking me. I just couldn't see at that time. Yeah. No, you're aware that my government, we were looking for innovative ways to increase and improve the public busing system for a very long time now. And of course, this minister is working extremely hard to get that done. But I was not aware that he went so far as to signing a letter of intent with Magna Electric. No, I understand that it was a $20 million letter of intent, but once again, I was not aware that he signed it. Sorry? He's right. No, I understand. But he did not bring it to cabinet. It needs cabinet approval to sign any letter of that amount. No, he did not seek cabinet approval at that level. Yeah, no, it's in the cabinet procedures manual. We all have to read it all the time. Sorry. Patrick, am I going to ask him to resign? I like the kid. As a matter of fact, he has a promising future. Yeah. You are aware that for a very long time now that I've been recruiting new and younger faces. Because one day to come, I would love to step aside and allow these younger people to take over this great country. But it's so unfortunate that it had to happen this way. So it appears as if this younger generation needs a little bit more grooming, so to speak, before we can actually move aside and allow them to. Yes. No. No, I did not ask him to resign. And I don't know if he will do the honourable thing, so to speak, as to hand him his own resignation. Because the country is so close to another general election. So I'm not sure what exactly is going to happen at that time. But I will tell you this much, that when the time comes, like now, there's no further questions. Thank you so much.
Look at the part of the kettle black.
Mr. Speaker, I don't understand. The leader of the opposition has got to be joking. He can't be serious. He's joking. Listen, a novice politician made an honest mistake. And this will, I apologize, Mr. Speaker. That was unparliamentary. But the leader of the opposition at this time is jumping up and down as if the world is coming to an end. Mr. Speaker, I want you to know that we, my government, will announce what will happen with the Minister of Transport in due course, Mr. Speaker. I'll be John Brown, Mr. Speaker. Listen, Mr. Speaker. The same honourable member was in the House when his then leader, Hannibal Jones, awarded $50 million worth of contract at the end of their governing term. He was right in this House, and they awarded it to all of their cronies.
That's right, yeah.
They gave away contracts as if it was Christmas. They were giving them away like drunken servants. They gave them to their cronies, Mr. Speaker. And he cannot deny it because he was right here in this honourable House. Yes. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Transport made an honest mistake. No one is denying that fact. As a matter of fact, Mr. Speaker, my government, underneath my leadership,
is using this now as a teachable moment. You see, Mr. Speaker, in fact, I need this House to understand one thing. That although the mistake was made, no money exchange happened. Was anybody paid? No. Is the government liable to that? No, Mr. Speaker. We're not liable. And I want them to understand the words that we are saying in this honorable House because they must mean something. It was $50 million that they put inside. They had $50 million worth of contracts. Yes. And not one of those things were finished. Not even half of the job was finished. They need to do that. That's what they need to do. No further response from me, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, you will be Prime Minister with the big water hand.
Boy, Fergie, you don't look good.
Scandals packing up. He ain't looking.
Scandals and power, they sleep in the same bed, my brother.
Yeah, but the people getting nervous.
Nervous?
Yes.
About what?
But the next elections. We did some research.
We?
Yes, and then we intend to share our findings with the High Council.
I see.
Your popularity is at an all-time low.
Where you get these people to do this survey? They couldn't have been in this friggin' country.
The people want a new face.
And the people just lie through their teeth.
Now the experts are telling us that if you lead us into the next election, we can lose.
Who they intend to beat me? Not that one where they got their knife. Jones done retire and I could run cycles. Round that one where they got there. I sure could spell better than this.
Fergie, they will not be voting for him. They voting against you.
You could pay anybody anything to vote any damn Sunday, man. I mean,
You wicked, conniving son of a bitch!
Rule 7 of politics. If you're joining this game, then be prepared to get goosey. That's it then. You see, joining politics is like joining a gang. The first thing they do is they initiate you by bum rushing you and beating you down to make sure you ain't soft. The next thing they have you do is smoke someone. So if they go down, you go down. Well, politics is the exact same thing. You can't just be walking around here playing Mr. Self-Righteous and you ain't got no dirt on you. You think it's a game, eh? No! If you ain't got no dirt on you, you can't go find party politics. No, you can't. Listen, you get yourself a couple of sweethearts. Yeah, take a couple of bride. You know, hire some fellas to do a job you know they ain't gonna never finish. And then you walk half of that money. Let me know where you stand. We could deal with you. Yeah. But if that ain't how you just ride, we can got you set you up. Yeah, I don't want to do this ain't personal now, this business. You understand? Now we ain't try to kill you. We can haze you. You know, just like the old cartoon. You know, like how the old cartoons do. We throw you underneath the bus. And when ain't nobody looking, we peel you up off the road. But you ain't got to fret about everything's gonna be alright. We just protect our own, you know? But if you start bitching and crying, you know, then we grinding you, then, boy, you may not be cut out for this gangster life we call politics.
You set me up!
Me? Now tell me, what did I do?
Well, Motto, you told me to sign that off in debt.
No, I did not.
What? Calm down, transport. Calm down.
Calm down?
Yes.
This bastard told me to sign right there inside this room, and now he's throwing me under the friggin' bus. Did you leave the letter too?
Transport.
Did you?
Hello. Calm down. Nah, the Prime Minister might have leaked the letter, but
No. See, I told this young man that if he felt so strongly about it, and the people voted for him to do the right thing, I said to him that I will not stand in his way.
Your secretary!
Oh, my secretary?
Secretary?
No. Listen, my secretary is a part of the cabinet. Oh, you taking instructions from secretary now? Oh, I see. Why did you even read the cabinet's procedures manual? See, y'all young fellas, y'all big leaders in the country. If y'all ain't gonna do no homework,
hello, BBM,
why don't you do this now? I was getting ready to help you, but I can make sure you don't wake another day in this freaking country.
You alright?
What the hell do you mean if I alright? Why did it take you so long to get his ass off me?
Everybody, just settle down. Transport. Apologize.
Apologize? You see what you just did? Huh? You assaulted the Prime Minister, you won't go to jail. Huh? You won't get beaten in your head with back. Apologize. I apologize.
Thank you. Now, PM, he's very, 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 very sorry.
Why I should have your ass thrown in jail, you know? I was gonna be prepared to help you out. But you think you was the only person who ever get thrown in need a damn bus? I borrowed $500,000 in the last election. And we lost, and the party could not pay me back. I almost lost the shirt on my back. I was almost this bad, but I had to take that like a man.
Look, all I wanted to do was help the people.
You can't help the people and hurt the party at the same time. This thing go with sense, boy.
I done tried to tell him, you know. But he just wouldn't flip and listen to me calm in.
You're all the same, man.
All the same like what? Oh, you think you better than us?
I won't know.
Huh? What I can dig up if I go further in your backyard?
Huh?
Listen, son.
Answer that.
I want you to understand that we keeping this thing afloat.
It's us.
And you have to learn how to face reality.
That's it.
Now, speaking about reality, I can bring it to your doorstep.
Yeah, tell her.
Hand in your resignation
Immediately. This is not fair!
Yeah, it might not be fair, but see, I was prepared to handle you. You see this briefcase? B.O.B. I was going to give the seat, but you messed up. You messed up, son. And you ain't gonna never wake another day in this country.
Fergie. Calm down.
Fergie, calm down, what?
Calm down. Now listen. We have this money for you. We know you can need it without the minister's salary, you see? We just needed to stop this whole electrical bus thing in its tracks, you see?
Why should we just expose all you sons of bitches? All y'all!
How?
Expose.
What you mean how?
Tell us.
I am the Prime Minister, son. The Prime Minister of this country. How do you expect to expose me? Huh? What you can do? You can call a press conference? You can tell your side of the story?
Yes! Your story just getting written for you, boy. Challenge it and see what happens.
Now, it's about time that you become a man. You understand? Don't make things worse for you than it already is.
And your wife is a civil servant. Huh? She may enjoy one job far away.
And saying she has to take it, she can always try her hand in the private sector. Huh?
Can't believe this happening in here. Yeah. Do the right thing. And then your resignation, and wait for everything to blow over. We don't forget our people. You will see. Take the hush money. Hush. Sometimes.
You are a grave disappointment to me, Winston. A grave disappointment.
Damn it, these nightmares driving me crazy. Papa Doc?
I do not understand how you expect to be president for life when you behave like this.
What the hell is Muhammad Ali when you need him? What I do now?
That fiasco in office.
It's being taken care of.
You should have your deputy thrown in prison right away. No fanfare. Just make him disappear. Reassign his bodyguard. When he comes to his car in the morning, they have a new man. New man can drive him straight to jail.
You want me to jail the DPM?
Yes! He's his lawyer. You cannot trust him.
I know you want my job, but he can't have it without my say so. So that's all right, man.
People should fear you with some. You must be unpredictable, ruthless. Your name should be synonymous with death and torture. You are too weak.
Weak?
Yes. Who is your head man of torturing?
Head man of torturing? I don't know what it was, Francois.
That boy, a junior minister, humiliated you in your office, no less. How dare he lay a finger on the leader? The leader is the state, and the state is the leader. What? An indivisible? He committed treason!
And you might be onto something. I could have the police plant some drugs in his back trunk. Or when he goes through the airport, they can put bullets in his briefcase.
I said shoot them! In broad daylight in a crowded place! Let one of them go back and do it!
I want one of those ones, what?
Eliminate him! Just eliminate him! Don't move the body. Dare anyone to touch it. Let him rot in the sun.
Now, Francois. Boy. We don't do them kind of things. I mean, I might have let him off too soft. I got some hardcore journalists. So.
with his children in it.
Francois, what do you think this is?
Power! This is power with some. And half measures are an abomination. This polite politics of yours is sickening. Kill or jail your enemies. Terrorize their families. Suspend parliament. Declare yourself president for life.
Francois. We don't do them kind of things here either. And the worst thing is do is blackmail you or buy you out or something, but we don't.
So, you think your hands are clean? You don't fool me with some.
John, I don't do them kind of things what you talking about. I got some colleagues, they believe in all that kind of voodoo and voodoo and things like that. But I don't do them kind of things.
Your colleagues do what you allow them to. But let's not mince words. I know what you did.
Have you seen her?
She is coming soon. Be careful with some. Trust no one. Trust no one.
Francois! Francois! Boogie Coyote? What?
There are 3 schools in the capital that have been declared uninhabitable. Rebuilding them will cost $60 million.
The Auditor General reports that $50 million in taxes have been stolen from government offices in the last 5 years.
Employees at the Attorney General's office have walked off the job, saying there's black mold in the vents and it's making them sick.
Price tag?
$1 million.
7 of the nation's airports are in grave disrepair. Repairing them will cost $14 million.
Well, 50% of our major islands have no fire trucks and no permanent physician.
We owe about $14 million in back pay to teachers, nurses, and policemen.
It is estimated, sir, that we have lost about $10 million worth of marine resources a year to poaching.
We have an estimated $500 million in uncollected real property taxes.
The doctors have walked off the job at the public hospital. They demand better pay and better treatment. The nurses have threatened to follow suit if their demands aren't met.
We need $1 million to repair the cooling system, the roof, and the staircase in the brand new ministry building.
Utilities unions all want a 9% increase.
The brand new government building we're constructing is now $8 million over budget and 7 years behind the completion deadline.
Power generation. Our power plants are ancient, some dating as far back as the 1950s. Currently, we need $600 million.
Hello, Washington?
We need $600 million just to pay off the debts we've incurred through the power company and to acquire new generators.
Rule 8 of politics. Everything falling apart. All the time.
You see, when you're in charge, you get to realize how effed up things really is. And really how little you can do about it. You see, when you're in charge of a country like this, it's like being in charge of a small zoo. And all the animals, they all running around loose. The tigers, the wolves, the bears, the sheep, the goats, the snake, they all loose. And you only got one dart, one net, and 5 minutes to save the day. Now, you think when you're in charge, your plan is that you wouldn't get eat. That ain't it. Everybody looking to you. Everybody's expecting you to do something. When you reach, you just be walking around with your head hanging down, dead low, scratching your head. They put you in the front paper, just scratching. Your eye pop out because you didn't realize how effed up the country really was. You just wanted to be famous, important. You just wanted to enjoy free gas. But they're asking you to pull off Mission Impossible. See, and now you only got time and resources to do one or two things. Because most of the things you meet getting wrong, you can gotta leave getting wrong. Because election right around the corner. So, here's what you do when you're in charge of a country like this. You make sure that you, your friends, and your supporters benefit the most. You see, when you're in power, you pick one or two things that will bring you and your friends the most benefit. And I say that because, whatever you try to solve or pretend to solve, which actually is much easier, you got to pay for it. When you're in charge of a country like this, you have to now assign the 1,001 contracts that the government needs to be done, the work that they need to do. And so you might as well make sure your friends, your families, and your supporters straight. Because if they don't get paid, then that means you supporting your enemies. And that don't make no sense to make them richer or more powerful than you and your friends. So, you pay yourself. Now listen, sorry, man. Please, let's talk about something else, man. What's going on with Bahamas?
Well, wait, there is something else.
Well, I hope you have nothing to do with no strike or dilapidated buildings or nothing else will get wrong with this friggin' country.
Maxine Morris has just announced she's running for leader of the opposition.
What?
She's having a press conference today at 3 p.m. Social media's blowing up about it.
Why the hell I just finding out about this now?
PM, you don't want to talk about fiscal matters?
Does the DPM know about it?
He's the one who told us.
God damn it. Get Hannibal on the line now.
The people are sick and tired of Prime Minister Winston Ferguson and his party of bandits. Sick and tired. Sick and tired of his lies and sweet talk. Sick and tired of his excuses and empty promises. Sick and tired of his corruption and arrogance.
Members of the High Council, the time for change is now. Prime Minister Winston Ferguson has been a good leader to this great party. He's accomplished a lot of good things during his tenure and steered us through some choppy waters. But you all know the nation wants a new face.
Ladies and gentlemen, I was born into this party. My mother and my father were card-carrying members. My grandparents were card-carrying members. I entered frontline politics because I felt as if it were my patriotic duty to serve this country. And so, it is with a heavy heart that I tell you today that I am resigning as the Minister of Transport.
I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. it's time to send the old man home. Now, there's a rocking chair somewhere with his name on it. He needs to sit down and let the people with the energy and the willpower and the know-how take charge. This is the greatest little country in the world. But right now, it surely doesn't feel like it. Why? Because the people are suffering. They're unemployed, living in fear of crime, being burdened down by a heartless, shuffling government that's taxing them to death. And they're losing hope. But I'm here to tell you, there is hope. Island, there is hope.
Every 5 years, the people change governments. They love you when they vote you in, but by year 5, they wish you would drop down there. How do we change this trend? How do we remain in power for the next 5 years? I'll tell you how. We need to change leadership. Give the people a sense to be listening, that we are going to do better, that we can go in a different direction without changing the party in charge. Now, the nation has Fergie fatigue. We in this party, we pride ourselves on loyalty. I consider Fergie a good friend and a mentor. But I am here to say today that I am ready to take that baton and run the anchor leg.
The entire nation has been demanding answers regarding the Magna Electric letter. Well, all I have to say is that I did what I did out of a sense of duty to this country. I made a mistake. The fault is mine and mine alone. I don't regret my actions, but I do accept that my actions went beyond my authority, although I wish to God they were not the case.
I am here to announce that I am offering myself as leader of the opposition. Now, this great party of ours is underachieving, failing, in fact. We should be ready for the 100-yard dash, but instead we can't even enter a walkathon. And that's simply because this party is a shadow of itself, and we deserve better. The nation deserves better. So, delegates, choose me, Maxine Morris, for a strong voice, a clear vision, and a firm hand.
Now, respectfully, Fergie has had his time. He's been prime minister for 2 terms and leader of the party for 20 years. I've been a member of this party all my life. I am ready. I sat at the tables. I learned from the best. Choose me. You know me to be a man of my word. Choose me as this party next leader.
My fellow islanders, I also wish to make it known that as of today, I am no longer a member of the Christian Democratic Movement. I am crossing the floor and joining the opposition National Justice Alliance. I can no longer, in good conscience, follow Winston Ferguson. He does not have the people's interests at heart, and the people of this country deserve better. Thank you. No questions.
Gotta have some rain sometime. Can't always be sunshine.
Yeah, but we had a promise, we had a deal. Now I hear Maxine Morris running for leader of the opposition.
Listen, I can't stop no one from running for leader who won't be leader. So what?
So what? So what? She's actually good, that's what. Hold on. You put up to this, didn't you?
Fergie, listen, my brother. Have a good run. It's time for us to move off the scene. It's for your own good.
I ain't never double cross you with Shay. We have a friggin' deal. Hello? Who hear that?
Boy, Fergie, I see the biggest crab in the world. Oh, Mr. Crab, it can be me and you tonight. Crab swoop can't done. Fergie,
yeah.
Listen, I already did it for you once before, man. I cleared the path for you to be leader. All you had to do was take him. Now, I can't hold back the tides this time. Morris is who the people want.
You think they want to go them down people? We had a flipping deal. I never double cross you.
Winston, you're screwing up the country.
How the hell I screwed up the country? And you borrowed in 5 years, well, to take my party on 20 years to borrow. Is you screwing it up?
You're lazy and you're too damn loosey-goosey. Your people them doing whatever the hell they want, and the country suffers. I can't stand by what you do.
Well, you think just because you get high better than mine, that means you better than me? Honestly, man, let me tell you something. Hey, I sick and tired.
Soldier, get out the spreading food up. Why you must think I'm joking it?
I said, let me call you back. What are y'all doing in my house? Listen to me. I am the Prime Minister of this place. Listen, I am the Prime Minister of this. Where the hell is my bodyguard? Get down. You want to send the message on this? Why out of my house?
Hey, we still need you. Hey, put the money, give him the money. You want to go on? You got to go on.
Child of falsehoods, soar up the wind, read the whirlwind. I am the devourer. Sometimes forever, life is sometimes gone.
gunmen entered the home of Prime Minister Winston Ferguson and attempted to rob him. They exchanged shots with the Prime Minister's personal bodyguard, who remains in critical condition at hospital. It appears that Prime Minister Ferguson sustained a blow to the head and suffered a heart attack. He is not expected back to work for another 3 months, sources say. Prime Minister has not been available for interviews, but sources say that he has seen very few visitors other than his physician, immediate family, and Deputy Prime Minister. With an election less than a year away, questions abound as to whether Ferguson will continue on as leader of the Christian Democratic Party and seek to win his third term as Prime Minister, or whether he will retire from frontline politics.
You ain't got no wild boy Jesus.
You all right? I thought the DPM today. See the catch them fellas? Yeah, man. That's good. You killed one?
Yeah, that's good too.
Yes, he didn't want to take no cut ass in jail, so he started shooting at the police. But
it is true.
He said from your constituency. Now, you know what I get ready to tell you, right?
Say it anyhow.
Had a good run. Neither one of us expected life to be this good to us. You know, see where I come from. Barefoot boy in the bush. And you, people give up on you and look what you do with your life. It's been a good run. Every room harmony. Listen. Maybe you should think about hanging it up. Huh? Get away from all the stress. Come join me on a couple of fishing trips. Huh? How about that? Get away from all this stress and get some peace and quiet. I just need some peace and quiet.
Peace and quiet?
Yeah.
Boy, explain peace and quiet is real.
Yeah, but you may get in that grave faster than you want to. You hear me? Listen. All I'm saying is we made it to the top of the mountain. To the top of the mountain. Money, power, glory, women, possessions. But it all has an end. So what I'm saying to you, my brother, is sometimes it's better to walk away than to be chased away, or worse.
You believe in heaven and hell?
Huh?
You believe in heaven or hell?
Of course, Winston, I'm Catholic.
Hey, you think you're good?
What you said? This may make you laugh, right? But I really go by going up and not down. So the man hanging on the cross say to the fellow hanging next to him, say, today I'll see you in paradise. So I guess it ain't too late for me yet.
I ain't never done it. Over the last few years, right, I've been having some horrible nightmares and shit. You think I can
about?
Some people don't deserve it.
What do you mean, brother?
Now in my first term, a man was found murdered in his car. They called it an accident. Only thing the car was found at the bottom of the dog.
I remember that.
Now this woman, well, she swore up and down that that was no accident. She said her husband was murdered. And she knew who knew it. She called the police. She even come to me. She was like a stitcher. She said her husband was a contractor. And he was in a little dispute with one of his clients or something like that. They had a big row. The client must even more kind of money. So she gave the client had him killed. Just so happened that the client was a wealthy supporter of ours.
Police do anything?
So they investigated. Going to the coroner's lodge. Case was dismissed. They sure that it was dismissed. They had them classified as a attack. Case closed.
I guess you did what you had to do.
It was so easy. I'm going to call myself to the next one. She committed suicide. It was so easy for me. One phone call. One phone call. And in 1 week, the phone was there. I ain't sleeping for 12 days.
You did not kill that woman. You hear me? You did not kill that woman.
She comes to me in my dreams. I see her so clear. She have a noose around her neck.
We have done some bad things in life. Brother, we've also done a lot of good. Got to remember that.
Other than schools and roads, what have we actually done? Other than get rich off of the back of these people. No.
Winston, be honest with you. I just try to deal with the hand that's been dealt to me. That's what you can do.
I hear you.
So, there you go. What are you going to do? Stepping down.
Eventually, the ship hit the fan. Yeah, I mean, you can't bullshit the nation for help. But eventually, things can get so bad that the people could just stand up in the middle of the road and they ain't gonna move. They can get bad. Bad, they can throw a rock at the police. They can burn down the whole store. Now, it might not happen in your generation. It take a long time. But eventually, the bucket can go to the well and the bottom will fall up. And if you're in charge, when it's that time, you gotta think and act so carefully. Because if you say or do the wrong thing, the whole city could burn. Blood could run on the streets for days. This ain't no joke, you know. Rebellion is a serious thing. Rebellion is a natural force of nature. Like a storm. You know, and a storm occurs when the ocean had enough of the sun kicking its ass day in and day out. Rebellion is the same thing. People get sick and tired of the system just grinding them all day hard. And so they just throw up all fears and all questions and they ready to die for something new. See them two boys there with Robbie? They don't know what the hell get into them. All they know is they was hungry, they was broke, they was frustrated, and they had guns. And they know I was a wicked son of a bitch. They're gonna go wrong any old lady walking home from prayer week. But they wanted me. They wanted me. And they wanted to blow up my life like theirs have been blown up by fatzos just like me. By fellas who come with a nice song and a smile. Fellas who come, they give them $50 while I say talking in $15 million. Same fellas them who just come in the neighborhood with their good promises, they can do this and they can do that. While they screwing their sisters and their daughters and getting rich. But there's a reckoning. That's the rule. Every rope has an end. And ain't no man invincible. But my rope ain't end yet. Some people, they can mash up the city. They can get their man. They can blow off some steam. Yeah. But eventually they can go back to sleep when they get tired. They can get drunk. They can make some love. They can laugh with their friends and watch all kinds of basketball games and things like that. And they can realize that this world ain't all so bad. They can do that because they know they full of shit too. Now they ain't forget so much. But eventually the storm will pass over. And when the storm done finish, that's when I can make my comeback. Yes, I gotta come back. I don't have nothing else to do. I don't have nothing else to be. AJ, listen. I said no. No, step forward. I tell you what I can do. I can beat that tricky DPM ass at convention. Another one. Then I can make sure to lead the opposition, stay leading the opposition. Then I can win the next government.
Well, my brother, if you do all that, might as well take it.
I can do it. Of course I can do it. I've been in the next government. Everybody know that.
But, Winston, what if you lose?
Lose? I can't lose. I mean, I know one thing. If I lose, I know ain't none of us in the jail. The 10th and final rule of politics. Lie, 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 lie. What you thought it was? That's the same rule that you live by. It's in our nature to lie. Look, a grasshopper, that ain't no blade of grass. That's a friggin' grasshopper. Nature lies to protect itself. And we just do the exact same thing. You just lie every day. And then what, you want to turn up your nose at me because I doing just what you doing? No, man. See, here's the thing. You need me to lie. You want me to lie. What kind of leader would I be if I told you the whole truth? I'll tell you what guy. The fire guy. Yeah, I can't keep this thing going if I tell you the truth. I can't protect you if I tell you the truth. I can't do it. See, this thing we call society, I have to lie because that is what power is. I lie because that is what power means to be power. I can't keep this thing going, what we call society, this thing we call the community, this thing we call the world. Nobody wants to be told that the poor will die poor, and there is nothing that they can do about it. People don't want to hear that crime is another name for business. People don't want to be told that this is just a big game of musical chairs. So when you fire me, you only hiring another liar, commander-in-chief. I lie. And because I can lie and feel absolutely justified in it, I can do this job indefinitely. You see, you cannot have power in this world without doing some evil things. Evil is the twin of good, and they are the children of power. Don't believe me? The God that you serve, he killed his only begotten son to save you. Is he wicked? Do you despise him for doing so? No. You wake up every morning and you give him thanks for killing his innocent son to save your wicked behind. So, I lie. You won't have this thing what you call good living. What you call family, you won't have a good job. You won't have a good vacation. You won't go to the bank and be able to borrow money. Or do whatever it is that you consider to be good. Now, you do just like a good citizen and cast your vote for fellas like me, who does do the dirt that you can't? Who does do the dirt that you don't have the stomach for?
So can't see about just like them good people them. And let me do my thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, you see, they all want to be prime minister. They promise you all kinds of things. This one can't have his own way, so he changed party. The next one can't have his own way, so he created his own party. That one will be prime minister so bad that she mash up her party. You see, when you play puppy, you lick him out. But there's one thing I want to tell you. None of them could sing and dance better than me. Audrey, where you get that sugar? Darling, there is nothing sweeter. You make me scream, you make me bawl, you make me feel 10 feet tall. Sugar boom, sugar boom. All the way! All the way! All the way!
Trey line, man, trey line. Then you're going to fish a long time. Hey. Who was that line?
In a stunning turn of events, the Christian Democratic movement suffered a crushing defeat in the Chilean general election at the hands of the National Justice Alliance. The NJA won a whopping 25 of 28 seats. Adding insult to injury, former Prime Minister Winston Ferguson lost his seat by a heartbreaking 2 votes, thus unceremoniously ending his 45-year career in politics. Many have been highly critical of the CDM leader, who refused to give a concession speech, but let his deputy speak on behalf of the outgoing government. Deputy Prime Minister said,
You like this? Fergie only get 2 votes. Oh, you look like you catch something there, boy. You look like you catch something there. Oh, hold on. Hold it. Bring it in, man. Bring it in. Oh, you got it there, Fergie. You got it. Fergie, look at that. They lie to me. Oh, they lie to me. I don't know why they lie. And it